as you guys can see, the Mustang stock comes with these like ugly amber lights, these orange lights for like the turn signal and the DRLs. And for some people, they may like it, a little orange look at the bottom, but in my opinion, I don't. I like the clear white. So that is why we got some switchbacks from Diodynamics for the Mustangs. So these replace the stock orange lights that are on the bumper with like a super bright white light for the fronts. And pretty much how these work, shows a bright white light instead of the orange light here. And when you turn the turn signals on, it turns back to orange. So when I put the new ones on, it'll blink orange and then the other side will remain white. So it's kind of like a cool little upgrade. It's a small mod that'll make such a big difference. In my opinion, I just think taking off all the amber lights makes it look way more aggressive and kind of like updated, if that makes sense. The lighting right here in the driveway is kind of awful. There's a ton of shadows, so I think I'm gonna put my stock wheels back on the FRS and get this thing out of the garage so we can move the Mustang in the garage for some better lighting. If you guys missed the previous video, we're sending off the Workmeister S1s to a local guy to get repaired and pretty much make them look brand new again. As you can see, there's a lot of damage on these wheels from the previous owner. There's like a huge chip right here. These things are just absolutely filthy. It just needs a full repolish and most of this stuff does not come off. So these things look terrible right now, but these things are gonna get refinished very, very soon. So that's why the car's on jack stands. So yeah, without further ado, let's get this thing out of here so we can start working on the Mustang. This is so much lighter than 3-piece wheels. Also in the previous video, I talked about these ramps right here. $50 on Amazon, and I can literally jack up the car without taking the front bumper off. That is like huge. Like before, if you guys watch the videos, I always take off the front bumper because the V3 bumper is way too low. And just with the ramps on, so much clearance to fit the jack under. These things are so sick for only $50 on Amazon. If you guys are interested in these, if you have a low car just like me, I will have the link down in the description below. That'll take you right to these ramps. Game changer. Finally got everything situated. Car in the garage now. Ugly, ugly amber lights at the bottom. Like I said, some like it, some don't. I just think when both of them match up, I think it looks super aggressive. Like when I'm driving my car in the street and like I see a car like coming up towards me, or if I see it in like my rearview mirror with like both of the lights like white, like the bottom one white and the top one, if that makes sense, it just looks modified, you know? It looks like a lowered car. I may just sound kind of like weird right now, but you can kind of spot like a modified car in a lowered one. Usually most of them have like some HID bulbs, like switchbacks at the bottom. Like you can just notice that it's not like stock. But yeah, that's kind of weird, but that's just me. So yeah, first things first, we can do it without taking the front bumper off. But as you guys can see, I do not have a grill at the top or the bottom. It's been like that for a long time because I've just been lazy to put it back on. I wanted to try it out without a front grille, see what it looks like. Feels like something is missing on the front, so we're gonna go ahead and throw the front grille back on. And to do that, we have to take the front bumper off, and it'll just make putting the switchbacks on much easier since everything will be accessible in the front. So I'm super excited to throw these on. I heard these are like a must with the Mustang. Small modification, but makes a big difference. I'm gonna go ahead and start taking the front bumper off. Front bumpers on the Mustang are, it's not hard, it's just a lot of steps. A lot of bolts, a ton of them. Come on, man. Come on. Under that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there should be another one on each side, but I don't know where they went. Trickiest one is probably this one right here. Pretty much just like clamps the fender down with the bumper clip right here. And once you get that out, this right here is pretty much where that bolt goes through. First time doing the bumper, hour, maybe over an hour. Second time doing it, literally like less than 5 minutes. That was so easy. Got the front bumper off. So pretty much what we're gonna be working with is right here. I believe this is the big orange bulb. Damn. There you go. This big one goes for this one, I believe. And then I think these two small ones right here are for these little mini ones in the corner. Yep. And pop this one off. The new one. Same thing with the bigger one. Damn. It did not want to come off. Just like that. That is it for one side. What I'm actually gonna do, before putting it back on the bumper, I'm just gonna plug it in right here onto the car and see if it works first. And then when we see it works, we'll go ahead and plug it back into the bumper. So I got both of them plugged into the car. When I turn the lights on, these should turn on. All right, so turn the headlights on. There you go. So we got the running one, and then this one right here is a turn signal. So when I turn the turn signal on, this small one right here should turn amber. We'll test that out. Oh, I was wrong. So it's actually flip-flopped. So yeah, this one is the one that blinks. I thought the small one was the one that blinks, but I guess this one right here is the running one. So I just had it mixed up, but we do know that it works because as you can see, we got it blinking right here. Take the turn signal off, and it goes back to the white. That is so sick. Such a small upgrade, but I feel like once it's on the car, it's gonna look so sick. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up this side, slap on the front grille, put the bumper back on the car, and we'll see how it looks. Much better. Wow, I didn't realize how like much of a difference that made. I do have one more surprise. Shout out to my girlfriend. She actually got me this for Christmas. I've always wanted some of these badges. Now these are meant to be put on the front bumper, like on the grill right here, or on the rear deck lid right here, right in the middle. But the problem is I don't have a blank one, so I need a blank deck lid that doesn't have a badge right here, so I can 3M tape one of these on. But I haven't ordered one of those yet, so I'm probably just gonna end up putting it on right now since the bumper is off. Alright guys, so it is super windy outside. I'm hoping the audio does not mess up through this. But real quickly, before we end off today's video, I want to show you guys the lights on the Mustang. It is so windy. It makes such a big difference. It just, I don't know, it makes the whole front end look more upgraded, especially with the front badge right here. Now honestly, I was not feeling this thing. When I first put it on, I kind of felt like it was just out of place. But seeing it on the car now, it looks so good. I definitely need to get one of those badges for the rear end of the car. A few of you guys have actually recommended me to get like my logo right here on the back. So kind of like my logo as a badge. That's actually pretty unique and cool. So maybe if I can get my logo in like a metal form like that as a badge, I feel like that'd be really cool and like a nice touch to put on the car. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with the badge. I'm just a big fan of like small things like that just sticking out. And being like easily noticeable like that. I'm gonna go ahead and put the turn signals on so you can see the difference and what I mean by switchback. So yeah, when you put the turn signal on, as you can see, the right side remains white, and over here we got a white bulb right here and then the turn signal. One thing to keep in mind if you get this for your Mustang is the blinker makes this noise. It's like a different tone. It doesn't really bother me. I know my girlfriend hates it. She hates the way this sounds, but it's honestly, it's not a big deal to me. I'll go ahead and put the hazards on. Oh, that looks cool. I've yet to see with the hazards on. I just love the way only half of it blinks and how the white remains on like one side of the light. That's just so cool. But yeah guys, like I said, I just real quickly wanted to show you guys the lights in action on the car before I end off today's video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the install of the new switchbacks, the little badge, and also the small news with the FRS and the wheels. If you guys are debating on getting these switchbacks for your Mustang, I highly recommend it. As you can see, in my opinion, it makes such a big difference with the front end. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the video earlier, but for like $70, around $70, you can get these on your Mustang. And honestly, it's not that hard of an install to put them on. I'll go ahead and leave the link down in the description below if you guys want to purchase the same ones that I use for the Mustang. That's pretty much going to conclude today's video. With that being said, I hope you all have a good one today, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace. It looks so nice. Like you can just, oh, here comes the wind. I just really like how the whole thing doesn't, blink orange. Oh, here comes the wind. I just like how the whole thing doesn't, oh my, dude, this wind keeps interrupting me. Guys, look at this. The struggle of filming, man. This is what I gotta deal with. Alright, any day now. I have yet to see it actually with the hazards on. And it looks so, I don't know, just very nice. Ooh, I hear a Subi. I want one.